When you're dancing at a party or in the club and the dance floor is dark and it's crowded, people see the arms the most. So in today's video, I will tell you what to do, what not to do, so that you can look natural dancing. Hi, my name is Monica, and for the past almost 20 years, I have been teaching beginners how to become skilled and confident social dancers. So if you feel like you tend to avoid the dance floor, this is not something that you're comfortable with, this is the place to be. If you're excited for me to dive in, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell so you're notified when I'm posting more videos like this. And especially when you're struggling with the arms, I have lots of videos on arms that will help you not look crazy dancing. If you need more help with this, you will find links to free resources below this video, as well as a link where you can book a free strategy call with me so we can figure out what issues you have with dancing, what's stopping you from feeling confident, and let's see if we can work together inside my online program. So all the links will be below. Let's get into the video. Tip number 1. Always go for the arm option that feels the most comfortable, the most natural for you. Do not ever force the arm movements that you don't feel good with, because everything else that you're doing, the arms are impacting it. So if your arms look forced, everything else will look uncomfortable. We don't want that. The arm movements should always only complement whatever else is going on with the body. So if your feet look good, your hip movements, your torso looks relaxed dancing, but you're forcing the arms, it spoils the picture. When it comes to party dancing, arms look good when you actually do not notice them. Like if you remember seeing somebody that looked very natural dancing at a party and you're like, wow, they look so good. Do you ever remember what they were doing with the arms? Anything specific? No, right? The full picture looked good. Everything was looking natural and the arms were complementing whatever else those people are doing. That's why they look so relaxed. But on the other hand, if you're looking at someone and you're like, wow, they look so awkward, that's probably because they either are not doing anything at all with their arms, or they are forcing the movements that are not good for them. They're forcing the movements that they don't feel natural doing, and that's why everything looks just off. Tip number 2, your arm movements won't look good if you're struggling with coordination, if you're struggling with putting everything together. So arms with the rest of the body. Right? Coordination is the ability to control the body and to be able to move different body parts in unison at the same time without looking like you're trying too hard. So you can even have like the smoothest arm movements in the world, but if you cannot match them to, let's say, how your hips are moving or how your feet, your torso is moving, it will all look like a struggle. It won't look natural. To give you an example, I can, let's say, move very easily arms up and down the body. I'm not struggling with that movement. It's pretty smooth, just up and down, right? But let's say I didn't have coordination and I wanted to move the hips with the arms. So I'm doing something like this, and it's okay if I do it by itself. But then when I add the arms, it like throws off my hip movements and I think about how to do it. And then the arms don't look smooth, the lower body doesn't look smooth. It all looks like I'm struggling. As opposed to having coordination and being able to easily move different body parts at the same time. You see? This is what I work on with my clients in my online program. Adding the arms to different movements, I tell them to pick something very easy with the lower body. So when they do it, they don't have to think about how this is moving. They can focus solely on the arms. So if you're doing the movement that you struggle with here, then of course adding the arms to it won't be easy because you will be thinking about how this moves. So I always encourage my students to pick something very easy for them. It can be a basic movement so that when they do the arms, when they add the arms to it, they're not thinking about what lower body is doing, and they can focus only on experimenting with the arms. Tip number 3, arm moves are not dance moves, and don't treat them as such. So when we're talking about party dancing, the arm movements have to be casual. They have to look relaxed. You're not doing anything specific, unlike when you have dance choreography. Then of course the arm movements are exaggerated, they're very visible, they have to bring attention to you, but that wouldn't work on a crowded dance floor. The arm movements that you are doing on the dance floor at any social event, they have to be casual and they cannot look like they were rehearsed, although you will rehearse them. I will show you how. I have a whole video on this, I'm going to link it below. This is how you can work on the arm movements before you get onto the dance floor so they look natural. But the idea is when you're on the dance floor and somebody's seeing you, they don't look at you and are like, oh, he or she practiced. It cannot look like that. Rehearsed arm movements, they will look robotic, tense, planned. We don't want that. And tip number 4, mix it up. You don't want to move the arms the entire time because this will look forced. Won't look natural. You still want to give the arms breaks. It's totally okay to dance and keep them kind of loosely bent, drop them for like a couple of seconds, 2 seconds at a time. It cannot be move after move after move because then it starts to look like choreography. I like to mix it up in a way where sometimes I'm doing set movements. So those could be the movements that you learn from, let's say, a tutorial from a teacher. Then I would mix up some of those random moves, such as lifting the arms smoothly, bring them up and down, as I showed you before. And then also being able to give the arms breaks. So holding them in one position, doesn't matter, like changing the levels, right? But it has to be a mix of all 3 for the arm movements to look good, to look natural. But if you're only doing one of those the entire song, automatically you will look stiff, you will look forced, it will look like you're trying too hard. And I do have an entire playlist on arms that will help you learn. You will find tutorials there, but also dance tips videos. You can find different ideas of how you can move the arms at a party and still look good. And also, if you need more help with this, in my online program, Confidence Through Dance, we work on your natural looking arm movements, but also how to move everything else and make it look good, and building the skills that will allow you to go from the sidelines to the dance floor, being able to dance effortlessly, so you can, like my student Karen, go from awkward and a little bit stiff to actually thriving in social dance situations and looking quite good. I invite you to book a free strategy call with me at a link below. Let's see if we can work together. Let's see what you struggle with and how I can help you. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you like my arms tips videos. Let me know what you struggle with when it comes to arm movements. If you want me to do more tutorials on arms, what else I can help you with, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.